The Washington County Sheriff's Office arrested a Taneytown church official. Hear what church officials say occurred.
A car crash took multiple lives in Washington County. More on the details of this incident.
Visas have been terminated and students are left with unanswered questions. Find out now when UATV starts now.
Welcome to this Monday night edition of UATV. I'm Harper Buck.
And I'm Jack Scrawl. Thanks for joining us. Police arrested a church employee in Taneytown for alleged possession of child pornography. Paul Scouten worked as an office manager at St. John Catholic Church since 2016. After the arrest, Arkansas State Police searched and found child pornography on Scouten's home and work computer. The parish put Scouten on administrative leave, and he cannot step foot on church property.
International students across the country have had their visas revoked for reasons such as protest against the war in Gaza or minor crimes. Some of these affected are students here at the University of Arkansas. UATV Jayani Moore joins us live with more.
That's right. According to a U of A spokesperson, 5 students here have had their visas terminated by Homeland Security. Now, the reason is left unclear, but what we do know is that those students are no longer in immigration status. International students are facing uncertainty at the University of Arkansas. The student SEVIS records, the system that tracks non-citizen students, were revoked, immediately invalidating their visas. Student visas can be canceled for many reasons, but students aren't told why their status is being revoked. This process leaves students vulnerable to detention or deportation.
It definitely hits differently when it's our university, and it creates like a sense of insecurity and instability, and I think it's really just important for the community to stick together and be there to support each other.
This situation that has occurred in many states across the country, it has raised concerns about the impact on these students' academic futures. This is a developing story, and as the issue continues to unfold, students await more answers on what their futures hold. For now, international students are wondering, will their statuses be revoked or will they have a chance to reinstate them? And as the university hasn't expressed any reason on why this decision has been made, students are just left wondering why. For UATV, this is Jayani Moore.
157 colleges and universities nationwide have identified more than 1,000 international students and recent graduates whose legal status have been changed by the State Department.
A multiple fatality crash happened this weekend in Washington County. A Springdale couple traveled on County Road 550 ready to turn left on US 412. While on US 412, a man on a Harley Davidson hit the couple on the left side of their car. The couple died. In this incident, the motorcycle driver left the accident injured.
Distracted driving is a growing problem in Arkansas. As part of a nationwide effort, local law enforcement is stepping up patrols to crack down on the unsafe habits behind the wheel. UATV's Will Rayburn is live with the story.
Harper, there's been an increase in distracted driving citations all across the state. This is why Arkansas police troops are telling you to put the phone away or you're gonna pay.
Distracted driving doesn't always look like someone texting, but no matter the cause, it can be deadly.
It's really scary, and it happens a lot more than you think, and it can really hurt somebody, and it's something that needs to be taken a lot more serious.
Mitchell Berry says he was rear-ended by a distracted driver in December. He says he's seen it happen too often in Fayetteville.
Up in Fayetteville, I think there's a lot of distracted driving. I think that acts like this will really help get rid of that.
Distracted driving is one of the leading causes of crashes in Arkansas. Since 2021, citations have gone up by more than 120%. In 2024 alone, officers wrote more than 1,200 tickets for distracted driving. With stats this big, this means that police have to increase their visibility on the roads.
We want our cars out there. We want to that high visibility means you can see us, so put your phone away before you even risk it.
This week, police stations across Arkansas took part in a mobilization, a short-term period of increased enforcement.
It's nationwide through National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. We have multiple mobilizations that we take part in every year.
Officers say it's not about harsher penalties, it's about visibility.
We promote it on our social media, through the media, things like that, so people know that it's happening, so it's already a deterrent to stay off your phone.
There's an increased police presence across all Arkansas highways right now, so be sure to keep those eyes off the phone and right here on the road. Reporting live for UATV, I'm Will Rayburn.
Police all around the state will continue to heighten visibility. The mobilization will stay in effect throughout the end of the month.
Washington Regional Medical Center purchased a $5.6 million medical office. This new building will house a sleep disorder clinic as well as a wound center. This 15-acre property sits adjacent to Washington Regional's main building. Washington Regional took over operations of the building and they opened it to the public.
The university switches to Workday Student next semester, but students already using it to register for classes are facing some complications. To help students struggling with Workday Student, the company that owns Workday has set up a series of webinars. These webinars will take place every other Wednesday at 2. This event will provide tips and demonstrations for Workday Student.
Applications close tomorrow for the Student Organization Outreach and Involvement Experience, or called SUI. The open positions include president, vice president, and treasurer. The responsibilities would include helping connect resident student organizations to resources and helping plan Hillfest and RSO Summit. Students can access the application on Hogsmeade till 11:59 tomorrow night.
After over 2 years of being closed, the UARK Fine Arts Library reopened this morning. The library closed for renovations in December of 2022. The renovations added around 1,600 square feet to house more books along with the new KIC station in Buckeye. The library opens Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. A conservative versus progressive debate called Junto Day happens this Friday. The Junto Club will host this event, which is a club that fosters open conversations from people of diverse backgrounds. A conservative and progressive representative will talk about hot-button topics such as abortion and religion. It will take place in Gearhart Room 26 this Friday at 5, and anyone can attend for free.
The Volunteer Action Center's food drive will conclude this Wednesday. All donations will benefit the Jane B. Gearhart Full Circle Pantry, the on-campus food pantry. Donations can be dropped off at the food pantry or at the Society of Women Engineers Spring Banquet on Wednesday. Some of the most needed donations include hygiene items and non-perishable foods.
The week preparation for the journalism school starts today.
J-Days is short for Journalism Days.
Learn more about this week-long event and why the journalism school hosts it each year.
Another local business is closing its doors. Find out what happened after UATV returns after the break.
Fayetteville's downtown is facing growing pains as construction and rising costs are taking a toll on local businesses.
One popular escape room has closed its doors, and city leaders are now stepping in to support the community. UATV's Maddie Terrell spoke with community and city council members and joins us live with more.
Yeah, behind me is Ozark Escape, where family and friends used to come and solve puzzles and mysteries together, but they are sadly closing their doors. And while they are closing, they have hope for other small businesses to get aid from the city in the future. Residents have seen changes on every corner. The Ramble project and other developments are not only transforming downtown, but also affecting the small businesses that give Fayetteville its unique character.
There's rising costs, things have been changing, and we reached a point where we just can't effectively afford to run our business.
Ozark Escape is joining the 10 other small businesses that made the decision to close their doors between January 2024 and January 2025. But the closing didn't just mark the end of a business, it marked the end of a local tradition.
And it was kind of heartbreaking to hear how many stories and memories came from all these people. There's been engagements and birthdays.
Behind me is a popular weekend destination that will soon be closing its doors. City officials are actively working on a solution to prevent small business closures like this from happening.
We recognize in the city of Fayetteville that small business is the backbone of our city. It makes us so unique.
Moore says the city is listening and adapting, but understands there's no easy fix.
It's a balancing act of finding, the right structures that are in place. But I know that I'm very open to exploring and getting creative about what's out there. What potential grant programs.
And while Ozark Escape is nearing the end of its time being opened, the city is looking ahead with Fayetteville 2050 just on the horizon. They are working with small businesses to continue having them in Fayetteville. Live from Ozark Escape for UATV News, I'm Maddie Terrell.
The last day to play at Ozark Escape is April 30th. York School of Journalism kicks off the annual J-Day celebration.
Earlier today, communication graduate student Samuel Ahala discussed his Pulitzer Center funded reporting on rock blasting in Nigeria. This lecture opened J-Days with multiple events occurring this week.
Yes, so it kicked off today. It's a whole week of events to celebrate journalism and strategic media and to put students in touch with alumni.
Other activities happening this week include a movie night and resume review. Emmy Award winner and host of the Chuck Todd Cast will deliver the Roy Reed Lecture this year.
Chuck Todd worked as the moderator of Meet the Press, the longest-running broadcast in television history.
The event will take place Wednesday at 7.
Students, faculty, and the community can attend this free event.
Local volunteers take spring cleaning to a whole new level. How one couple tidies up the streets of Fayetteville.
University Recreation and University Wellness work to prioritize mental health this week. Learn how these organizations look to improve student wellness.
April is one of the busiest months in Fayetteville to clean up the city, but one couple does it year-round. While many group cleanups focus on lakes and parks, this couple focuses on the streets. Gracie Tui is live and joins us with more.
I'm here at North Villa Boulevard, which is one of the many streets that Avis and Kenneth Ruggie volunteered to pick up litter at. I was able to join them here last week as they picked up 4 bags of litter over 3 hours. On the streets that Fayetteville residents use every day, one local couple sees an opportunity to make them cleaner. What started as a way to stay active during retirement has turned into something much bigger.
2023, we've actually picked up 250 bags of litter, and we fill them where they're heavy.
Avis and Kenneth litter pick so frequently that they were recognized by the city for their efforts. People even try to give them money, but it's not about getting recognized. They just want to encourage others to join in.
We need to be proud of our country and stuff. Now people don't even care. They wanted to get it out of their car, and their country is being used as a trash can.
This might look small, but cigarette butts are the most littered item on Arkansas roadways. In fact, only 10% of them are disposed of properly. They might look like they're made of paper, but they're actually made of plastic, and they don't biodegrade. Tobacco products make up nearly 40% of all roadside litter, and that's a problem you can see just by looking down. And while Avis and Kenneth pick up litter all year round, Fayetteville's Volunteer and Ecological Programs Coordinator says one of the challenges they face is having cleanups in mainly April and October. The city of Fayetteville has an Adopt Your Outdoors program where individuals or groups can adopt a park, trail, street, or creek.
Instills a sense of ownership in a space. People take pride in areas where they live and they take care of them, and they're great stewards of these spots.
And even small efforts can lead to change.
If there was only one person cleaning up, it's going to make a difference, and that's the way we look at it.
For those interested in volunteering to pick up litter throughout the city, they can reach out to Christina Jones, and the city will provide them with a litter picker and a safety vest, gloves, and garbage bags. Reporting live for UATV, I'm Gracie Tui.
Earth Day is next weekend, and a community cleanup is set for Saturday.
University Substance Education, Assessment and Recovery will host a spring carnival on Wednesday. This carnival will provide food, live music, and games in honor of Alcohol Awareness Month. This event will encourage an engaging environment to talk about alcohol education as well as Narcan training. This carnival will take place this Wednesday from 2 to 5 at the Union Mall.
This April, UArk's University Recreation and Wellness teamed up for their annual challenge to commit to well. This campus-wide event encourages students to focus on social, financial, emotional, spiritual, and physical wellness. Today's events include the Thrive and Revive Eco Wellness Fair, where students learned about self-care and sustainability.
Being environmentally conscious can lead to obviously better environmental wellness for yourself and others, but also better emotional wellness.
Students who want to participate in the Commit to Well Challenge can check out upcoming events on the UArk campus calendar.
The Veteran and Military Affiliated Student Center at the U of A gets ready for Purple Up Day, celebrating military children this April. Students, faculty, and staff plan to wear purple on April 15th to show support. Veteran and Military Affiliated Student Center will give out sweet treats between 11 and 2 at their office. Events throughout the month highlight kids and military families. The 7-day forecast looks mostly sunny.
Expect thunderstorms over Easter weekend.
Temperatures will stay in the 70s and 80s over the next couple of days.
If you would like to hear more about the forecast, check out UATV on Wednesdays and Thursdays.
A local stadium makes its way to the big screen as the setting in a new movie.
Lifetime's Field's Secret Life of a Coach's Wife used Gerald Williams Bulldog Stadium at Springdale High School for a Friday night football location.
The Springdale School District invited locals to join the scenes by wearing game day gear.
Filming wrapped up this weekend.
And that's all the time we have for UATV.
Be sure to follow us on social media at UATV News. I'm Jax Carl.
And I'm Harper Bug. Have a good night.